Well, hello again. Jocular Fey here. Once again, taking you back, hopefully for the last time, to Pathfinder Kingmaker in Galarian. We're trying to find my dear darling, my Nerissa, my guardian of gloom. And I've done a little looking around while I was off screen because this place is ridiculously crazy. I'm in the wrong place. We need to be down in the basement. That's the first thing. Now, there are two versions of the basement. We were told when we came in there were two versions of the world here, the castle. One of them is like this. This is the wrong one. You'll notice all the trash and nothing else against the walls, really. So we need to find some kind of mist. Which send us to the other one.
Time becomes distance.
I see mist there. Let's go to Yorkie. So, take that off. Go in. There's still some trash, but less of it. And there's a mirror. That's how you know you're in the right version. Put this back on so we can get to where we need to be. We need to be over here. Now there is mist there. That's why we've got this on right now. Actually, go here, because there's no mist here. We're only going to send one being through there. Kind of it. It doesn't really matter which. Here we are. Back to this mist. Now,
The road calls me. I'll take the bait.
Yorkie. Where are we? Where are we? Take that off. A bane. Into the mist. Going to teleport us. But it should send us somewhere that we haven't been before. Because we've cleared out both sections of the basement. There. These enemies we must fight. Now, disappointing to some of you, I know. Not the way I like to do it, but I'm so tired of fights.
They should have known
I just
better.
want the story at this point. So I've got it on story mode, but the fights aren't really relevant. Just to get through it quickly. You'll find this hard, of course, because you won't have grown tired. I probably shouldn't have played it every single day for hours a day for the last 2 weeks. Right now, I just want my girl, my Nerissa. I love my lass. Look at this body. That's the third key. So we've got the one from the Wriggling Man. Got the one from...
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
Got the one from the Wriggling Man.
I do not believe this is possible.
That's locked, okay, fine. Got the one from the Witch. And now we've got the one from them. This is fine. Just wander off and it'll throw us into the house somewhere. Now. Because you, my friend, need to put this on so you stop teleporting everywhere. Where is it? Where's it gone? I actually have two of them. One from the old Season of the Bloom. And this one. Back upstairs. Like I say, I did some scouting around. Not on stream, because I didn't want my cursing and frustration to be part of the stream. I really enjoyed the game. I just think they made the end drawn too long. Now. I don't... Yeah?
If there's gold, it's mine.
That's just... nothing I need. Is there anything like that in the other world? Because that room exists in both worlds, of course. There's something here. But can we... May have been in here already, actually. It's like we have.
Time becomes distance.
Then there's this chest here. First world fruit. See, I'm wondering where Briar is. May need to do a little more research. What about the room here? Is there anything? This just seems to go to nowhere. Why would it? Maybe it does. Maybe it does go to nowhere. But I know Briar's hiding in a secret room somewhere. My dear heart's heart.
Forwards!
Not here, that's for sure. There you go. And equip. Well, that's the room I've been to. Is there anything... Is there any secret here?
What's in wait for me?
Alright,
there?
I'm going to cut and do a little more exploration. I will be back if I can. Well, I will be back to let you know if I find an answer. Alright, I'm back. And honestly, I haven't found anything, so I'm going to give up on the idea of finding Briar and just go upstairs. I have the keys. I'll just have to hope that I can convince her without a heart. Wooing a woman without a heart is really difficult, apparently. I've never tried it myself before now, but she's worth it, is my Nerissa, I'm sure. So, Nerissa, I'm coming for you, my love. It's the only door we haven't looked at. I assume is the way to her secret sanctum. Now that we have all three keys, at least. Oh, there's that one too. Can't get in there. Can't get in there either. Alright, then we need to be in the world? The other version of the world?
Trail me.
Oh. Hello.
A solid plan.
Will you get in there and attack them? Thank you.
My skills has exceeded yours.
Time becomes distance.
Nothing on the bookshelves or anything I see. How about the bookshelves and so on in here? Anything? Oh, alright. Let's get into the fog ready. Then let's... You... Lantern comes up.
Backwards? No, backwards! Backwards!
And lantern goes on. There's a chest here. Doesn't do me any good.
What's in wait?
What is a chest?
I'll carve my name onto your flesh.
Well, these are all new.
Death awaits.
And they're going down.
I spy. Do I spy? Oh, shadows, embrace me. Step, step, step.
I see a little thing here. Right. Anything else?
Time.
I haven't seen this area before. Interesting. This would have been a serious fight if it was on an actual meaningful level.
I'll loot your corpse.
Oh, we've got a Medusa there. And we're down here.
Stab their backs.
You like that? What? You didn't? Step, step, step.
We have a massive corridor here. This is all new to me.
What's in wait for me?
Let's have some, where are we? No, no, no. Here. Let's have some here. There it is.
Forwards! No, backwards. Backwards!
That's the shrine. Oh, what are you doing up there? Is there anything else around?
Time becomes distance.
What's that glitter?
Step, step, step!
And we're going through them.
Trail me.
There's a chest there. These secret
What's in
shelves. If there
there?
is, I'm not seeing them. If there are secret chests, I'm not seeing them.
Step, step, step!
Any secret chests in here? Anything anywhere? Doesn't look like it, does it? It's not a... Oh, there's no door there. There's the door to Nerissa's chamber. I don't know. Must be somewhere in here, somewhere, surely. But I guess I'm not going to find it. So in we go to her chamber, and we'll see what's what.
Time becomes distance.
You. The mistress punished me for failing to deal with you. And look, her favorites, the Gnurly Witch and the Wriggling Man, have also failed.
Yes, indeed. If you stop attacking me, I won't hurt you.
Think not of me. Did I not tell you that the shadows behind your back is always her? And the sound of footsteps in the dark, always her? Turn around.
My hound.
Ah,
You've
Nerissa!
run so long to finally
Very
meet
sweet.
your mistress.
I'm over here, not over there. You can't tell by the appearance whether she's calm or excited, frightened or angry. Nerissa barely looks at you. She's, I'll say. She stops by the apology and runs a finger along its rim. Call me whatever you want, Nerissa, but your most loyal servants are defeated. Your power is gone. Surrender.
You are still in my kingdom, silly child. And the kingdom is alive while its ruler draws breath. That's true for both of us, isn't it? I won't step back. Not now, when you've come to me yourself to fill my cup.
Nerissa, we can rule together. Oh dear. She wants to get funky. Everything around shudders with the scream of 1,000 voices, soundless but trembling. You watch a tiny dot of light, a grain, appear above the apology and slowly fall down.
My kingdom. My own kingdom.
Nerissa
Turn
turns
to dust. Become the 1,000th grain for the apology.
Nerissa turns her head to the cup and looks as though she can't believe her eyes. Then tilts back her head and laughs a dull, wistful laugh. War is over, Nerissa. Now listen to me. Don't humiliate yourself by begging those who cursed you to be forgiven. Or curse you for forgiveness. Be my ally. Together we can achieve many things.
Do you know what you're asking?
Yes.
I'm a prisoner in a game of someone else's invention, and I can't break the rules. If I take the slightest risk, the punishment might be terrible for both of us. On the other hand, I have nothing else to lose. Can you say the same?
I've already given you my heart. What else is to lose? I don't like it when rules are imposed on me. My offer still stands.
Oh, what is this? Hearing your voice was like hearing myself. Bold and young, unbroken by the curse. I took a risk back then and was defeated, but must I continue to obey those who destroy me?
No.
No, you're right. May the Lantern King be gone, together with his conditions. I won't ask for forgiveness. I will stay with you, my victor. We will see if we can rule the world together.
Fey and mortal together. The Horned Hunter shakes off the chains slowly, like blades of grass, and moves towards you. His movements are strangely powerful.
You've truly upset me, King of the Sand Castle. So much that I find no joy in playing the masquerade anymore. Are you ready to look under the mask?
Whoever you are, you're going down.
Do you not understand how one should behave with those of my rank? Or do you still have no idea who is in front of you?
Consider me a regicide, Lantern King.
I am a voice from another
I think that's
world that you've
that
heard
voice
since
was
you
obvious.
first set foot on the Stolen Lands. A harbinger of doom and change. I am dust and echo, a memory of the past. I am the one who revealed to you the truth about the fallen goddess, who gave you the light capable of dispersing the mist.
I am the one who began this story, and I am the one who will end it. I am the eldest of the First World. I am the Lantern.
Like I said, consider me a regicide.
You stoop to taking a role at your own theater. How petty of you, eldest.
Well spoken, my love.
To drink without quenching thirst. To climb a mountain that has no peak. I staged the performance and you left it without a finale. You took away Nerissa, my precious toy, carefully crafted of despair and wrath. I could reduce you to dust, revive you, and turn you to dust once more, here and now. But the universe abhors an elegance. So instead I shall repay you with your own coin.
Get back here, Lantern King. You have a Fey speaker and Fey to deal
How
with.
strange fate can be. A moment ago we were enemies, and now we stand shoulder to shoulder against a demigod. My kingdom is in ruins, my 1,000-year journey is at a dead end. So why do I feel so alive?
I need to understand what happened. This creature, it was...
The Lantern King, he who cursed me in the past. Are you baffled?
No, not as
That's
such.
perfectly natural. Few can understand the games of the eldest, even I barely can. Our lives are toys for them, our fate's a ball of yarn. To knit or to cut, to tie knots or make loops. Is there a difference?
There is to a thinking, sane person.
Can I put this vast abyss of sense into words? I'll try. The Lantern King likes performances. In one of them, you and I turned out to be the main characters. It's little surprise that he was watching you. He likes masks, hints, and vague words, the meaning of which is revealed only later. But he didn't like the end of the story, and he wants to rewrite it. That doesn't bode well for either of us. But we've little choice but to go through the portal and find out what he has planned.
Where's the portal lead?
Can't you guess? To your kingdom. The eldest is there already, with all his wrath.
If there is no other way,
There
let's go
isn't.
to the portal.
But remember, on the other side is your world, not the eldest's. Each king is stronger on their own land. So let us go. If we've any chance to conquer the unconquerable, it is there, beyond the portal.
Time to return home. With my love, in tow. A new wild talent for you? And moving on, we deal with you. No, not armor focus. Let's have some improved initiative to get the jump on this thing. My Slayer, Bane. My Priestess. And of course, my Sorcerer. I think a little bit of a sleep is in order. Oh, I forgot to memorize spells. Never mind. Should be okay.
Let's shake a leg.
With that, let's just get everything done. Let's go. Last pet. Looks like I'm being paged. I will come back once I can. Right, we're back. Let's while I was gone, I took time to buff up.
Forwards.
So let's go
Backwards.
through the portal.
The ages-old drama had drawn to its finale. The story of Nyrissa's torment was complete, and now it was time to face the most difficult trial yet. Defeating Nyrissa, we brought upon ourselves the anger of a creature much more ancient, powerful, and frightful. We took the Lantern King's favorite toy, and now the full power of his curse came crashing down on us.
Well, everything's coming through there, isn't it?
Something is wrong. We were supposed to leave the First World, but my cup is broken. The blood and pain of 1,000 destroyed kingdoms are oozing from its pieces. I feel them. I do.
The sound of a ghostly laughter that surrounds you. It comes from everywhere and nowhere, and it's hard to say whether it's more joyous or ominous.
How wrong I was. What better than an unexpected finale for such a performance? I changed the setting and the main character, but so what?
The Lantern King speaks as if you're exchanging civilities over wine. This time he wears another mask, once almost amiable. What's happening to my capital?
Well, don't you see? The city and all your lands have been transferred to the First World. Shadows of the inhabitants of all its ruined kingdoms have escaped the cup and are taking revenge on the living for all their sad fates. Old enemies arise from the ashes, and forgotten sorrows are reborn. A sad story, but always amusing.
You hear the laughter of the eldest voice. And what is my part in your performance?
The lead role? The king must save his lands. But losing his crown means losing his future.
I won't surrender so easily. If I have to protect my kingdom, I'll do it.
I wouldn't expect anything else.
You feel as if pierced by an electric shock, and you shudder, convulsion shaking not your body, but your soul. Well, that doesn't look good.
Seeds sown long time have sprung. Do you remember an insane old man on the road from Oleg's trading post? Our first encounter? I told you back then, once stolen, the land should be reclaimed.
Oh, that was you?
Once reclaimed, bound with the claimer shall it be. Bound, merged, joined by unbreakable ties. Claiming the land, claiming its pain, claiming its death. A curse for the future king. That is what these words were. You are connected to your kingdom, and you will be ruined along with it. Just as Nyrissa's nymph sister suffered from her curse, so will your followers suffer with you.
I'm sorry about
the
this,
first word
my
is
love.
washing over this land like a wave, and it will devour your souls with it. I'll leave you with this knowledge. And I think I'll take my old toy, since she was unequal to this performance's leading role.
You leave my love alone.
You've toyed with me for 1,000 years, eldest. Have you not grown bored? I'm still not strong enough to resist you, but I'll never give in. You have time to banish the affliction and defeat our enemy. Maybe you'll succeed where I have failed. Don't give up.
If I can save you, my love, I
Fight
will.
If you wish, King, I'll take my place among the spectators.
Take your place among the dead in time. Our daring rulers never met such a danger. An eldest named the Lantern King. Alright, so let's see. What's worse, your Fey is now cursed. And this curse affects all his followers. The king is bonded with the kingdom and will die along with it. What should we do? It's not that easy to face a demigod. Our first task is to escape and then find out what afflicts the king and the fate of the friends and allies. We must hurry, the kingdom is crumbling. Oh, we're going to hurry. We can't get out. Alright. Owlbears. And young Hydra.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder? Shadows, embrace me. Trail me.
Shadow of Nugra. An old druid stands there, swaying a little and mumbling to himself. He looks up at you and you don't see any gleam of intelligence in his eyes. Why did you disobey me? You didn't die. Have you forgotten the rules? Wait, I thought I killed you already. Sparks of sense appeared in the old man's eyes. Yes, you did. But not me. I'm just a shadow of the one you slew. All of us here are restless shadows, longing to regain what life has stripped away from us. We were the dust in the apology, and now we are here, free. Among those we owe our deaths, over our deaths. It is a time of shadows. The living must stand aside and give place to us. Yep. Get out of my way and I won't hurt you. The old man laughs. You speak when I say, do as I say. Disobedience leads to punishment. That's what you think. I wouldn't personally put much accuracy on that statement, but alright, you can believe that for now.
With your head. Time becomes distance.
Bandit Mage Shadow. Okay, well. Me and my shadows, I guess. Lantern King's Curse. A terrible curse of Lantern King bestowed upon you, trying you and your companions to tell you that, okay, your current state, you have 40% chance to roll 1 on your d20. All enemies have 40% chance to roll 20 on their d20s. You deal 6% less damage. Your base attack bonus and saving throws and HP are lowered by 6%. You have access to only the lowest level spells. Hurry up! Get out of the city! It's safe outside. Hurry girls, let's hide and wait for the king. He'll drive with pestilence. Well, hello there. Hello, storyteller. And that's an exit.
Forwards.
Is there anything else to do here? Anyone else to save? Anything else to do? Nope. We're heading to the exit. Everyone who could be saved has left the city. We should follow them. Very well. The blind old man bows to you gracefully, as if he hadn't just stepped out of a battle a moment ago. I'm glad you're alright, your highness. Alas, we are short of time. You must act quickly to save your kingdom and defend yourself from the world's merger. That's what we've named the catastrophes befallen us. There are 2 obstacles that may stand in your way. First, your advisors and subjects are now in various regions across the kingdom, and almost all are under attack by shadows. power of any land dies in the brave souls that inhabit it. Save them, and you'll save yourself. Second, while the world's merger is tormenting the kingdom, you will not be able to rest and restore your spells in the normal way. This seems a special gift from the Lantern King, to let you fight for your life, but make it so that fighting leads inevitably to exhaustion and death. But I can guard you from this for a time. Come to me if you need rest, but be careful. This takes time and time is not on your side. I feel you have about 15 days, no more. The pressure of the First World is imminent. I fear neither you nor your kingdom can stand much longer. Let's go then. Let's go put this fool in his place. Licky Canara, Valerie. Alright, let's get out of here.
Step, step, step!
We only have access to first level spells. Travelling through the kingdom that's been half swallowed by the First World is a dangerous, unpredictable affair. But our hero didn't have much choice. He had to save his lands, or at least what was left of them, as quickly as possible. In the final hour, when every minute counted, the Ocular Fey decided the only chance was to try something risky and unreliable. Magic portals leading through the First World. Sadly, the vicious Lantern King's curse placed a heavy burden on our leader's shoulders, and yet even barely standing, the Ocular Fey wouldn't abandon his duty. Summoning his courage, Ocular Fey took a daring step. Oleg's trading post. Where it all began. Have you ever seen flying octopuses, or hopping turtles? It seems our hero was fortunate to travel through the First World during the local denizens' migration season. He was accompanied by these amazing creatures along his entire journey. The trip was otherwise uneventful, and soon the portal led our king exactly where it was supposed to go. Right, if that's the case, there's no point in having you. And does it count a spell when it's... interesting. Does it count as spells when it's them? Because it's not spells such. But the others... You know what? We'll keep you. Because you're buffed. At least for now. If we run out of buffs, we may have to do something about that.
Time becomes distance. Trail me.
Well, what's where?
If there's gold, it's mine.
I'm not sure what you saw. Ah, there. Star knife, who cares? Exhausted defender of the trading post shout with relief, recognizing you. Your Highness, at last, Jod. Obviously glad to see you, but assumes a stern look. They're running wild here without you. I tried talking some sense in them, but it's exhausting. Some scatter, others try to act like heroes. No order at all. What's going on here? Everything is worse than it might seem, Your Highness. Gloomy Oleg joins the conversation. Bandits are preparing to raid us just like the good old times. To hell with them. If only they were ordinary bandits, but no, it's evil spirits coming from the mist and then fading away like mist when you kill them. There hasn't been a single day without an attack. I'm here to help. Whoever is attacking you, they're as good as dead. Without a doubt. Speaking of which, there they are, Your Highness. It's alright. It's not the first time we've faced the wrongdoers. Oh, is it a stag lord wannabe?
If it isn't my greatest mistake. I was sitting in my fortress and drinking, when I should have come here and burned the damn trading post to the ground, along with everyone inside. On the very day you appeared in the stolen land.
But you didn't, did you?
With me.
Where are you, for the damn be safe.
Well, that would seem to be that. Ollie catches his breath. I guess we fought them off, Your Highness. The fight seems to have done you good. Forgive my frankness, but when you got here, you were looking like the grave. But now you seem all right. You do feel a surge of energy. The curse hurts you and your followers more. The more trouble haunts your kingdom. You've lessened its power by restoring peace at Oleg's trading post and environs. Oleg, how are you holding up? Staying brave? We must, Your Highness. Looks like there aren't any more of these bottom-feeding bandits in the area. If one wanders in here, I'll handle it myself. When you squish rats and roaches, you need to destroy their nests, not run after separate beasts. It's time for soldiers to return to the capital. Their place is on the front lines. So the capital it is, then. I'll keep an eye on the simpletons. They'll get there safe and sound. Right, so... we've done all legs. Next, we've got flint rock, etc. Is there a portal over here? Oh, a bear-like treant. Like dead bear-like treant. Alright, that's not going to get me out. There it is. Travelling through a kingdom that's been half swallowed by the First World is a dangerous, unpredictable affair. The hero didn't have much choice. He had to save his lands, or at least what was left of them, as quickly as possible. And for the final hour, and every minute counted, the Ocular Fey decided the only chance was to try something risky. Oh, we've talked about that. The bluish portal leading to Vanhold. Mega, my friend, Mega! Coming to you. Entering the portal and landing right in the middle of a clearing, where an entire family of Dwemer cat cubs are playing is no trial for a faint of heart. Our hero was lucky, though. The little ones had been having their fun without any parental supervision. And when a strange two-legged creature appeared unexpectedly, they scattered, without waiting for the caretakers of these scared Dwemer cat cubs to appear on the playground. The Ocular Fey hurried to the next portal, and soon arrived in the right place.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
Where are you, my friend? Just have to go this way. Great Cyclops shadows, huh?
Forward! No, backwards! Forwards!
What, no Spriggans? Down here or over here? Doesn't look like you can go that way. Ah. Looks like we're heading the right way. It curves around.
We will prevail.
Again, let me state that normally I wouldn't have played on story level, but I'd normally played on core or daring or whatever. But I've played so much of it lately, I'm just looking for the conclusion and see if I can rescue my girl Narissa.
Step, step, step!
It's not right. There's others to do here. Ah, there's Mega. Hello, my friend.
I will not be trifled with.
Meg Van greets you with a broad smile. Yorkula Fey, glad to see you with us. Your Highness, forgive me for leaving the capital without your permission, but I couldn't stay away when your subjects needed help. What's going on in Vanhold? Madness is what these dead Cyclopses came out of nowhere and attacked indiscriminately. Then Borderguy himself appeared. The guards sent a message to the capital and they held the line this whole time. But luckily they were able to hold on until we could make it. Mega's eyes blazed with anger. You can charge me with disobedience, Your Highness, but I couldn't ignore their cry for help. Why would I charge you with disobedience? You were saving my people. Our people. Thanks to me and those who followed, there are far fewer dead. But we still need to destroy their leader. Where are the city guards? These are all that's left. Okay. Lead on, Mega. Let's protect Vanhold. Just like in the old days.
Enemy near.
Mega stores his weapon and catches his breath. That was a fine battle, just like back with my old squad. No, there's no time for war stories. We need to save your kingdom. Let's go to the capital. We'll give those invaders a hammering so good, they'll roll to the pit of Gormas. You feel like you can breathe fully again, like a heavy burden has been lifted from your shoulders. You get in control of Vanhold, weaken the curse cast upon you. How much? It's down to 20%, and we're up to medium level
The way
spells.
seems clear.
So I would like to keep Mage with us, because he can be useful again. If actually we needed him. But at this level, it's really just a walk in the park. Oleg. Rosslyn Borders. Night in the First World is an amazing phenomenon. Sometimes passing by extremely fast. Before a hero got to the right portal, the sky overhead had lit and dimmed 3 times. This didn't keep our adventurer from reaching his goal though. He made it out of the First World uneventfully.
Trail me.
Oh yes? Oh, a whole bunch of them want to die.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
They dare threaten me.
Anku's. Anku, goodbye. Anku, but no Anku. Oh, there you are. The ones you summoned didn't last long, did they? And what's going on with you, my sweet?
I always have the upper hand.
That was strange. Never mind.
Step, step, step!
Oh, more of you coming in? There'll be more of you leaving, sure. Oh, hang on. It's Dugath! Hey, Dugath!
You were the one holding the magic lantern that led us from the mist. For some reason, I knew it was you. At least, I hoped.
I'm prepared. What are you doing here?
I'm coming to your rescue, of course. The Tiger Lords don't abandon their friends in danger. And I see your trouble is serious. We went to your capital, but got lost in this damn mist. And then we had to fight the phantoms. But when the light of your lantern glimmered through the darkness, I knew we were going to make it out.
I'm preparing for the war and gathering my allies in the capital. Can you get yourself there?
Well, you have the lantern, of course. Go, we will follow.
We'll meet in the capital.
And defend it to the last. We never fought such a strange war until now. But we will not surrender without a fight.
For the Tiger Lords and the Fey and us. Alright, we appear
Time becomes distance.
to have driven these idiots away. There's something there.
Strike as one.
Whatever. Is there anything else up here? That we need to... Yes.
Blood!
Chandra! Oh, Jamandi. Oh, you've got more coming in.
Thank you for your help. I cannot lie, we desperately needed it. I fought people and monsters alike, but none of us were ready for an endless horde of phantoms.
His
Not
Highness
endless.
always comes exactly when needed. Not a minute early and not a minute late. One could say punctuality is in his blood.
How did you get here?
I heard reports that something strange and frightening is happening in your lands. I gathered my best troops and came to your aid. Alas, we became lost in that sorcerous mist, and then those shadows came out of it. Praise the gods, we stumbled upon Sertova's army, which was also coming to your aid.
Yes, it was an unexpected but pleasant encounter. A joy, in fact, to see familiar faces here, in the midst of witchery and evil spirit.
Even combining our forces, we had little chance of holding the line for long. Luckily, a guiding light soon glimmered through the mist, and then you appeared.
I'm gathering my allies at the capital. Can you find your way there?
It's not easy to find the way through the sorcerous mist, but with your magic lantern, we can do it.
We'll meet at the capital.
Until then, I can't deny it. This mist had me worried. But now I see you have the situation in hand. I'm sure that together we will overcome this pestilence, whatever it is.
Until then, Your Highness, I don't know what an extraordinary disaster you've brought upon your kingdom, but I see now that you are entirely capable of handling it, especially with our help.
Welcome aboard. You feel some of your power return by protecting your board region from the kingdom. You weaken the curse that hangs over you. Anything else up here? No, so let's go out. Ulrich Van Hold. Relax. Finding himself in the first world, York Le Fay was stunned by a wondrous vision. A fantastically bright iridescent shining in the sky. He took the shrewd ruler on a few seconds to realise that the rainbow patterns in the radiant sky were showing the way to the next portal. So let's go. Let's not dawdle, let's hit the portal.
Defeat is not an option.
My skills exceed yours.
Forwards! No, backwards. Backwards! Die!
You're innovative, my friend. You weren't invincible in life. You're not going to be invincible in death. Nor is that damn snake of yours.
Shadows, embrace me. I'll carve my name onto your flesh.
Cover me!
You're a vetted genius. So much for genius.
Step.
There you are, of course. After all, you couldn't miss it. A minute cannot exist without a model, nor a villain without a hero. You don't have your own journey or your own story, for you are merely a chapter in my epic. Without me, you simply do not exist.
Barely a paragraph in my story.
Do you remember when we last met? You said you'd return Pitax to its citizens? It sounded so noble. But in the end, my possessions are returned to me. Both Pitchax and the Toady Fairy.
Everybody,
Your
what the hell are you
governor is
talking
now
about? What
mine,
era? What villain? You're
Footless.
dead.
And what do you think Iravetti is? A sack of skin filled with bones and guts that once decorated this room so beautifully? Of course not. Iravetti is a legend, and the legend has returned in all his glory. Look around. I am everything I was and all that I could be. All the legends composed about me. My glory was too great to fit into one body. Here is Iravetti, wise ruler. Iravetti, invincible warrior. Iravetti, cunning trickster. Iravetti, sacred champion of Calistria. And who are you? No one and nothing. A minor prop I will use to demonstrate my grandeur to the audience. Well, let us speak.
Good night, everybody. Someone's attacking us from behind. Thank you. Your words can't describe how happy I am to see you. It's the second time you've risked your life for my freedom. Plus, you've challenged my old enemy, the Eldest, whose name I won't dare say out loud here. In gratitude for rescuing me and for his long-awaited defeat, I'll provide you with all the help I possibly can. As Bear greets you with a sweeping bow, thank you for saving my life. You've come once more to free Pitex of a tyrant. And my sword is at your service again. This time we are threatened not by a simple petty tyrant, by a godlike monster from another world, but I will fight for my city to the last drop of my blood. Pitax has been freed, the chain that binds you to the curse has weakened, but your own freedom and your own victory are not yet within your grasp. Let's hurry to the capital. We were able to find common ground, and Nerissa will help us in this war. Narrate round, you've made a terrible mistake. Endless generations of innocence, the same as she's destroyed over the past ages, will pay the price of any help she provides us now. You know as well as I that the curse of the Eldest has transformed her into a monster. How could you unleash this monster? She's no longer a monster. Right then, enough talk. It's time to act. Let's go. Feel some of the powers returning. Do we actually have the curse anymore? No. Curse is lifted.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
It looks like it's time to head out. And back to the capital. Lamastu Shrine. Immediately beyond the portal, Yorkle Fey encountered a fat toad, who politely offered her aid. The unexpected guide directed her head out to the next portal. At least that's what she pretended she was doing. In reality, the toad lured the king into an impassable triangle of extremely tall nettles, then vanished into thin air, laughing all the while. Once Yorkle Fey finally found the right path and made it to the portal, muttering curses and scratching at nettles things, almost half a day had gone by.
Trail me.
Lamastu Shrine. Okay. Thana. Thana's hair is disheveled, her clothes are covered in dirt and blood. She glares at you fiercely, her eyes filled with bloodthirsty cruelty. The time for empty words and prayers has passed, Yorkle Fey. I must require sacrifice now or never. Are you ready, mortal? Ready to pay the price for the blessing of the Mother of Beasts? Yes, grant me Lamastu's power. Priestess roars with insane laughter, echoed by squeaking from the two-headed rat. The priestess casually wipes blood off her chin, smearing red and pink trails across her skin. When I saw the first signs, I left the capital and came here. The voices led me, the voices of those destined to give their lives at the altar. Oh, Lamastu feasted well this day. The ground will long be wet with the blood my knife has spilled. I need your help in the capital. Let's go. Lamastu has had her fill of blood. She has no more need of me here. Thana strokes the snout of her two-headed rat, who dives back into the folds of her clothes before shaking the dust from her lap. Alright. Oleg, Svanhold, Rosland, Itax, Trobold. Being in the First World, Yorkle Fey easily found the path to the portal that would have taken him to his destination. Of course, it would have been difficult to do so alone, but our leader was fortunate enough to have a gaggle of playful pixies to help him. Noticing a foreigner, they decided to display their capacity for nobility and honesty, a rare occurrence for the Fey.
Time becomes distance.
Does anything else want to come across that? No? Didn't think so.
Step, step, step!
Alright.
Forwards? No, backwards, backwards!
Ah, there's a door there. Is there? Is that a door? Yes. A huge troll slowly lifts his head as you approach, as though shaking off a heavy dream. Who is here? Who comes? I didn't expect to see, Kobold fell. You don't belong here anymore. This is our home border, home of Kobold Troll. You are what does not belong. You and your tribe. You make a mistake, Hagolka, but never mind. That's not the first time, is it?
assassin wait for me there, I wonder? Step, step, step!
It looks like that might be all that's left of it. And so out we go.
Time becomes distance.
And back to the capital. The journey to the capital was uneventful. Well, as uneventful as possible when you're travelling through the First World. Luckily, avoiding encounters with otherworldly monsters or becoming lost along treacherous paths in another reality, your Fey found a suitable portal. What forces do I have now? Sometimes help come from more expected places. A group of the former, or not so former, bandits have joined the army. The lizard folk who you freed from the power of Count Chimaglo have come to the capital. Warrior Queen Da sends regards to her ally and is eager to take part. Chief Sutskill and his kobolds have come to support their friend. The army of Pitax, led by its governor. The Eldori forces are here. Lady Chimandi and her most loyal officers will lead them in battle. Chandra Murphy and Lady Satova have brought soldiers from Brevoy. Dugas and his warriors have come to support you. Megavan and his people will fight for you as they'd fight for their own lives. The Capital Guard have returned from the trading post and await your orders. Darvin from Brineheart has come to carry out his duty as an ally. Of course, you can always count on my help and the help of your companions and fellow travellers. Right. I have to go. Is this... Jord? What's the storyteller? Now, do we... Is that to travel the lands, or... Alright, we've done all of that. So... We walk past them, I see. The forefather greeted. Ah, it's you. Well, my darlings, you've broken our divine patron's second condition, just as I foretold. So you knew what was going to happen to us at the house at the edge of time. I surmised I led you by hand through all your adventures in the Stolen Lands. I brought you to the disc on the eclipse. I made sure that you arrived at the right place where the magic of the First World would rid you of the divine curse you've suffered, so you may reunite. Aren't progenitors supposed to look after their offspring? And I am a very caring ancestor. And now, if you'll excuse me, you hear an undisguised mockery in the devil's voice. I'll leave you to your destroyed kingdom and the insane Fey Lord who has seized it. You catch Kaliki's screaming Canra's angry hiss. As the portal closes, you discern the familiar silhouette of the ruined Talden Tower rising above Sorrowflow. Oh no, the forefather of the blasted devil abducted Canra and Kaliki. Seriously? Seriously? Let's see if we can find them then. Is that the blasted tower? No. Where do we need to go? Savindra? Eldoris? That's not going to do anything. Do we go through here? Possible. Ah, Sorrowflow. Moment our leader entered the portal, he was surrounded by the blinding green fireflies, as big as a fist. Waving away the annoying insects, your killer Fey entered another portal without noticing, then another and another. After several hours of torment, your killer Fey managed to find his way to his own world.
What's in
So we can cross that. Possibly. Or we can go this way, which might be a little safer. The pulsating magical energy which so altered the area around the Talden Tower is particularly strong here, and it's easy to see why. It's a living heart pumping blood through its veins. A sparkling cloud of energy is floating above the ground. Your Fey, you came for us. Kiliki's blue eyes sparkle. The face is tense and exhausted. Greetings. The curt salutation betrays more about the forefather's mood than he intended to reveal. There is no trace of the devil's usual eloquence, and he seems as tense as the predator ready to strike. Kenra, dishevelled and tired, winks at you and whispers loudly, our poor great-grandfather is upset. He wanted to resolve the matter quickly and without any fuss, but the herald didn't even want to talk to him. Because I was waiting, the numinous voice echoes, powerfully, magically cloud, penetrating the area. When my wait is over, I've come for my girls. That's no secret to me. With a suave gesture, the devil draws attention back to himself. Perhaps now that we've all together may discuss a delicate matter for which we are here assembled. Herald, I'm aware that you brought Kernera back to life, making her and her sister agree some difficult conditions as payment for your gift of life. And both these conditions were brought... The god's herald interrupts the devil. You hear surprisingly human astonishment in a numinous voice. You're very wrong, Orphan. Perhaps you've confused me with the lawgiver, the herald of Abadar? Judging by her voice, the Arcanathane finds her final remark incredibly amusing. I do not take payment for my deeds and make no conditions. That is the lot of their gods and their servants, not of the all-seeing Nessus. I only heard Kaliki's prayer and desired to help her. My lord and creator approved the decision. It seems to him a curious magic experiment, a momentary amusement in the vastness of eternity. Wait, Herald? What did your compact with Kenra mean in that case? I told you, I simply wanted to help them. Certain energies and substances annihilate each other, as if placed in the same vessel. Such are the spirits of Kenra and Kiliki. So long as they are together, they will continue to hurt each other, pulling each in a different direction, tearing themselves to pieces. If I simply returned Kenra to life, sooner or later, they would ruin each other as they had once before. But still I desired to help them. I drew upon the wisdom of Nessus, my lord and creator. He's a double-edged, and his two sides are in balance. I thought the sisters might achieve this as well. But I was wrong. Nothing worked. One side still tries to defeat the other. They cannot hear each other. They cannot make peace. It would be better for them never to meet, as I planned from the beginning. Your and Kaliki's decisions used Kenra as living bait for the Soul Eater. This was the final brick in the wall that divided the sisters. Kenra will not say this out loud. She's far too secretive, but deep down she can no longer fully trust you, or her sister. Oh, this crisis has been coming for a long time. But I know how to solve it. Devil's seductive voice gradually gains strength. An agreement and experiment, or aid given selflessly. Whatever it was, your plan failed. Herald, You might as well. You admit as much yourself. But allow me to suggest a solution. I shall take one of the sisters with me to hell. For all eternity, body and soul, and all that she can give. The other will remain here to live out her life however she pleases. If both are doomed, then my suggestion is the best solution. Perhaps the Aconithain agrees with Remarkables, or perhaps not. It is time to decide. Let the matter be weighed upon the scales. That's how you mortals evaluate things, is it not? Kenra, Kaliki, and Yorkula Fey, it's up to you what happens next. Kenra bites a lip, then nods. The herald is right. Whatever you may think, I can't accept that my patron and my only sister would use me as living bait. I still have nightmares about the Soul Eater, about how it killed me the first time round. I awaken and I wonder, when will the next time that you risk my life for the sake of your kind and noble deeds? Whatever the decision I made back then when facing the Soul Eater, I won't allow you to take either of these sisters, forefather. Aurelian, how do you intend to stop me when even the God's Herald confirms the right of my claims? He confirmed the logic of your argument, that's all. And even the one you would protect refuses your patronage. Hell no. Kenna will understand that we did everything right if you would just stop manipulating her, you devil. Shrewdness is not the best tool when it comes to dealing with your loved ones. Think about it, Kenra, and learn to understand and accept your sister's feelings. Kenra looks at her sister and back at you with almost childish despair. You're really serious, aren't you? It's amazing you didn't suggest that I'd happily feed myself to the Soul Eater. Anyway, that's almost exactly what I'm going to do. Orphan, I'm yours. I'll join you in hell. That is my decision. No, Kenra, listen. Forefather holds his prey tightly by a hand, and then looks at the sister. This is called accountability, you foolish child. Not everything in the world turns out how you'd like. At least, so long as you don't have the power to compel the world to obey. This chapter ends in sadness, but I will not stand against a decision made freely. You have given me so many new thoughts, so many ideas, it's enough for an age or two of contemplation. The devil gives a courtly bow. Herald? He looks at you. Sooner or later the kingdom of Asmodeus will collect your souls as well. But for now, farewell. Well, it's your choice, Canara.
My sister. We are now apart. Apart forever.
It looks that way, Kaliki.
I'll find a way to fix everything. Even if I have to go to hell to do it. But not now. Now I wish to help you. You came here to help me, and the least I can do is help you in return. And face the Lantern King and his servants by your side. Let's go!
It's so difficult to find balance. Well.
Becomes distance.
Well. A shame, but that is Canara's decision and her right to decide. Back to the capital. What's happening to my kingdom? Okay. Hear from the curse. I don't need to. We've already done it. I have to go. But where are we going? Where exactly are we supposed to go? I don't understand where we're meant to go. I mean, this is supposedly the capital, but it's not my capital. Just a camp outside. I want to go to my capital. I want to kick some butt. We've done everything we can. There's nothing else here. What are we meant to do? What exactly are we meant to do? Do I have to talk to her? Is that it? Can we just commence the attack now? No. Jord, anything from you? Storyteller? Oh, I'm ready for the final battle. I see you already. You'll make history this day. It's a battle. I seem to be locked. Oh no, there's the storyteller. And the others. Heroes, villains, all together. Right, in we go.
You are a welcome sight, Your Highness. Look what the damned eldest did to our city. As soon as we entered, the ground started trembling silently under our feet, and then it gave way and fell apart. But why am I telling you this? You probably saw the whole thing for yourself. So, our team was stuck here by the gate, together with a whole horde of beasts from the First World. We fought them off somehow, thanks to you and Erasmus. But I don't know what's going on with the others. And also, well, he'll tell you himself.
Happy to serve you, Your Grace.
Oh.
I mean, Your Highness.
Destin, but I saw you die.
Right. Damned fool thing. Never mind. I'm not sorry for any of it. I'm not exactly myself, Your Grace. Did you see the Stag Lord and the others who appeared from the cup? Well, I returned with them. Let the priest decide whether I'm alive or not, but no one has released me from service. I'm here now, helping as best I can.
Glad to return, old friend. I'll need your help.
Yes, Your Highness. I'll talk to the soldiers now and then catch up with you. Something strange is happening up ahead. There's some monster lurking around where there used to be a tavern, but we'll help bring it down.
Step, step, step. Time becomes distance.
All right. It certainly seems like you've been having fun here.
A solid plan.
No, backwards, backwards! Let's shred them!
Well, hot scouts.
Together we stand.
Quick blast of healing there.
Step, step!
Stand with me.
Your death awaits.
And then we have a door. Is that our tavern here?
I see blood. Blood!
Right. Come together, folks. And let's get some healing on. Fragment of the Apology, huh? Well, that seems to be that. So let's step outside. Oh, that's a ruined warehouse. That's not the tavern.
Time becomes distance. Step, step!
Looks like kobolds are having some fun. It looks like we've done about all we can right now. So let's go back up there, have a word with Jord. Council guides us will put an end to this chaos. Yeah, but we've been everywhere. Where exactly are we meant to be going, Jod? Can't get down there, can I? No. No. So there's this door here. There's another way onwards from there? Priestess stands in the middle of the city destroyed by magic. Calm as if she were walking in a blooming spring garden. She's clearly enjoying the sight. Here you are, King. It's a good time. Time of chaos and living nightmares is the perfect time for appealing slammers too. I can bestow the blessing of my goddess upon you if you're not afraid, of course. And what kind of sacrifice do I have to make? One worthy of the mother of monsters. I've already made my choice. Bring the nether... No. There'll be no sacrifices. It's a pity that even now you're not truly or brave enough. No, Sana. Sorry, but no. We're not sacrificing others. Well, we've been in here. Storyteller. The artifact that you found is of the utmost importance. Fragment of the accursed apology goblet. Somewhere in the city a few more remain. You can find and deliver these fragments to me. I'll destroy them. Alright. I need to check something. Alright, my hands are trained to create and restore, not destroy. But in destroying this fragment, we will protect thousands of lives. Ah, now there's an exit.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
To each place we'll find a fragment and have to give it over. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Right. We're through here.
Watch each other.
Okay. Stop with the nonsense pause thing, will you, please? And you're not fighting. Why are you not fighting? Get into them and fight. Why have they gone passive on me? Why have they gone passive on me?
I'll loot
Do
your
not hold
corpse.
back.
Trail me.
Good. Roll this there.
We shall overcome.
Right. That's the ruined warehouse we just came out of.
Let the attack commence. Embrace
Stab their backs.
Plowing through the city.
Step, step, step. What's in wait for me now?
What's this? Ah, more.
My skills exceed yours.
This ends you.
Yeah, I'd say it does. Now, where is the storyteller this time? Oh, storyteller. I wonder if I have to go back in here. It might be. Then maybe come out to another part of it. That's a possibility, some kind of teleport in there. How many parts of it are there, I wonder? Three fragments may be not to clear a path. Second fragment found.
Time becomes distance.
Does it teleport me a different... Does it lead me to a different place? Wonder? If not, I'm a bit of a loss as to where we go. Mega, you weren't there before, were you? In Xanax, there's another door up there now. So, off to the end. Could do with a drink.
Trail me. Shadows, embrace me.
My quick trip out.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
Perhaps something here.
Be careful, everyone.
Up here? Around? Where are we? Ah! Owlbears! And... Hey, you hearing us? Go over here, got it, all that useful stuff lying around.
Step, step, step.
Can't go anywhere there. Oh, it's Crystal. That's the bandits we were talking about. Alright, so...
Time.
There's a door here.
Forwards! No, backwards. Backwards!
Oh, this is the Xanax. We've already been out the other way, so we have to go this way. And the storyteller's there. But where, pray tell? It's a cup. It's...
Step, step, step.
Can't cross there.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
mean, honestly, we've done worse than running through fire, so I'm not sure why not. But it's a thing. It's a thing.
Trail me.
How do we get anywhere? I mean, it looks like... Is there something in this little bit of darkness? Look like it. It looks like over that way. That's not a way we can go. Press on. Can't do anything. Kiros in smart. You won't answer us either. I don't know. I'm not seeing anything. I don't care about full plate armor plus 5. Boy, is there a time that would have sounded like a weird statement. But how do I pass? I don't seem to pass.
Time to rob them of their treasures.
Oh, there's scouts here, so we've got to go this way, surely. That might be a bridge over. Right, yes, that's a bridge over. What?
Time becomes distance.
Oh, Jabberwock Shadow.
And behead.
More than one Jabberwock Shadow. And some Wildfront Shadows. And there's the cup.
Trail me.
Right. Over to the storyteller and hand that in. There you go. A third, yes, the last one. Prepare yourself, Your Highness. With the third fragment, barriers around your castle will fall. The Lance King will be waiting. Let's give you an audience.
Step, step, step.
Coming for you, Lantern King. Or am I going the wrong way? I'm going the wrong way. I suddenly understand where I need to go. That fire barrier will have gone. That fire barrier will have gone. This is the annex to the inn. And there we are.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
The Lantern King. The source of 1,000 years of problems. Your footsteps echo from the ceiling of the ravaged room. The sound attracts the attention of the old Remus. Slouched on the steps of the throne, he looks up, shakes his head slightly as if displeased, but keeps silent. Nothing betrays the mask of a deity. This hunched man.
Still hiding behind masks, eldest? Isn't it time you cast them away?
Words, words. How little value we attach to them, and how much they truly mean. But I've grown tired of words and prophecies. I will no longer predict chaos and death. Instead, I will show them to you, myself.
Yes, your death.
Oh yes, the time has come! The time of fate and curses! Don't seem to like my curses. Maybe you like my stones better?
You are a joke.
Laughter has passed. It's the hour of hunting and chaos.
And we are hunting you, you chaotic thing. As soon as Horn Hunter's body disappears in the fire, the destroyed throne room is flooded with light. The Lantern King in his true blazing form appears in the middle of the room. His furious mask is ringed with fire. The games have ended. Time freezes like resin, trapping you and the eldest in amber light. And this light grows brighter. The rays pass through you, pierce you ruthlessly, bearing your most intimate secrets, fears and desires. Something inside of you resonates with the lightest of the eldest, the curse. It is like the splinter of an arrow that remains in the wound, a slow weapon crawling towards your heart. As soon as the rays touch it, it begins to heat up, and then burns with intolerable pain.
Time for masks is over. You risk challenging an eldest, and I accept the challenge. You fight not a mere embodiment, but my true essence. This is my essence. I don't need magic or servile monsters to destroy you. Words are enough. Yes, words. I once told you, words spoken in the right time and place possess the power of the storm. You lightheartedly answered that you know what your power and essence are. The desire to help people whose grief touches you. I remember your answer. The world remembers it too. Your answer, your heart, your essence. Now, cursed king, I'm taking this part of your soul, as I took away Nerissa's ability to love. What you called your essence is yours no more.
The words of the eldest fly towards you like an arrow, ready to give new force to the curse that already torments you. You have but an instant to reply. And why do you imagine I told you the truth back then, eldest? Mischief and lies. Perhaps you are the one who was fooled. One who can be fooled so easily has no power over words. No. The Lancer King laughs, his laugh soft, insinuating, almost amiably, scarier than any nightmare. It resonates with the little hot metal splinter, the curse within your soul, making it stronger, slashing at your essence, and taking away something essential that nourishes your power.
Let us continue. We both wear a crown. But what do you want? A meager patch of land, a few thousand souls? My dominion is chaos and magic, madness and deceit. Your power is nothing compared to mine. And that is why you are helpless before me. You will take my every blow as a divine punishment, as something imminent.
My kingdom is strong with its warriors, so it can always protect itself. And that means I can too, even if I were facing a deity. Feel strange to be wrapped in an invisible veil that protects you from the Eld's wrath, and its source is yet your curse. If it bound you to the kingdom, but through this bond can pass not only pain and death, power as well.
I'm curious what you think of me, cursed king. Do you see me as a villain or a simple joker? In truth, well, I'll never be able to conceive of the truth. Being an eldest means being one of the many strings that hold the world in place. Being an eldest means being such a vast and self-sufficient value that one's equals become strangers and one's inferiors are entirely insignificant. I am an eldest. Laughter, guile, transformation, that's what I am. Being what I am, I will let you feel a modicum of my loneliness. I will take away your pillar of strength.
How do I see you? You hurt my Nerissa. I see you as a corpse, and all you've done to everyone else doesn't exactly help you. Nerissa! Having lost all support, you face a deity alone. Silence hangs heavy in the air over the ruined throne room. I won't allow such evil to happen. And being what I am, I will retrieve what's been taken from me. Blinding light flashes away, frightened like a living creature. The blistering metal of the curse cools. It still hurts, but the pain is no longer unbearable. You stand before the eldest, as metal of a blazing living star, and he looks at you as if he's seeing you for the first time.
Good. You can play with words. Let us see if you can withstand the heat of my fire.
You've had the chance to see a star die. Spots of cold, lifeless darkness cover the fiery form of the Lancer King, growing, devouring, and with a dull moan settling onto the ground in a cloud of cold black dust. But a moment later, right where the eldest's crown lay burning, another shining image is born. It grows, glowing, turning into a familiar silhouette wearing a crown.
Defeat. What a refreshing feeling. I don't remember sensing it for 1,000 millennia. But what's next? How will you end this story? Listen, I know a good ending. Elegant and refined. The hero defeats a deity in battle. Impressive, it grants the victor power and immortality. The hero enters the chambers of the deity to become his champion and herald. Eternal, powerful, equally glorified both in the first world and in Galarian. His kingdom healed from its wounds and flourished under the rule of the immortal champion. A beautiful ending, isn't it? And this legend is yours for the asking.
Why would I want to be the champion of something that did this to Nerissa?
Trust the laughing lie. Don't do this.
I won't, Nerissa, don't worry.
Not after everything you and I have endured because of him.
You're right.
I can give you immortality and power, though not as much as the Lantern Kings.
I don't need
Perhaps
immortality
we
and
won't be
power.
able to stand against the eldest, but accept my gift and my patronage. And together we will make him pay for what he's done.
Then let's work together.
How sad it is to hear you, Nerissa. Thousands of years for nothing! You haven't learned a single lesson. Never learned to atone. But what do you say?
I'll take Nerissa's offer. No. No. Not my kingdom. I will not bow to you, elders. Don't get your hopes up. Here is my offer. Lift the curse, return my kingdom to Galarian, and forget we exist. And I will forget you exist. Have you speak silence balls deep as a chasm. Light pours from the eyes of the Lantern King's masks. Still the mask of paternal care. Though you do not mistake this for what lies hidden behind it.
So be it. This performance has run its course. It would be unwise to continue. Besides, I have no love of dying and returning to life. My fellow eldest are very good at playing especially intricate pranks at that exact moment. You were cursed by my will. By my will, you are now free from the curse. May the shackles be broken, fetters be loosened. What's been stolen will be returned. What's been divided will be made whole again. I say farewell, and release your kingdom to the material plane. Oh, be glad of your ordinary mortal life, and forget the gods of the first world. Now they no longer concern you.
Now that the eldest and other spiteful beings wouldn't be bothering us, the king returned to his subjects and celebrated the victory and the end of the kingdom's miseries with great fanfare. Everything gradually returned to normal, including our exciting lives. Not always peaceful, but also not troubled by invasions from another world. And little by little, our heroes and the common folk began to forget the sorrows of the past. Sometimes, on clear spring nights, the king saw dreams. In them, the nymph Nerissa, fierce and wounded, battled the Jabberwock.
No, she's not
and
with
returned to
me.
life, again and again.
My
and again.
Nerissa! My girl, my Nerissa!
The kingdom built by our hero became an example for all its neighbors. What else would you expect? The stolen lands became the only place where the citizens sincerely toast the health of their ruler. The citizens lived trouble-free, and taxes made it to the treasury without losses. A powerful army guards the peace. Exploration of magic is on par. The temples are flooded with their congregations. And, most importantly, our cultural contributions are at least the equal of Absalom. The stolen lands are called the Land of Popular Rule, for in these lands, common people feel fully in control of their fates. Unfortunately, the total absence of authority allowed one of the richest regions in the kingdom to proclaim itself an independent republic, and retrieving those territories came at a rather high price for the king. Just half a year after the war with the First World, Galt moved its troops to the southern border of the kingdom, Their attack was rebuffed. The enemy state's infantry retreated when the army's wizards brought down rains of fire and magical arrows on the heads of the flabbergasted enemy soldiers. Since then, Galt hasn't risked crossing any borders again, fearing cruel retaliation for further insolence. The king's subjects praise his generosity, while citizens of neighboring lands groan from crippling taxes. Citizens of the stolen lands have it pretty good. Truth be told, the treasury isn't always capable of paying the royal bills, and the throne room's adornments are clearly decaying. But sometimes you have to buy the people's love, literally. The king became a true patron of fine crafts. Over time, the castle treasury filled with wonderful gifts from the best masters in the area. Armor, weapons, even magical artifacts. And the collection is still growing. The feud between Brevois North and South, which had been smoldering for ages, never sparked the fires of civil war. Through great effort, our king managed to bring both parties to the negotiating table. While Rostland didn't gain its independence, it did receive wide autonomy rights. Our relationships with both House Sertova and the Sword Lords are respectful, but they've become lukewarm. Because of us, neither side got everything they wanted. Casil Aldori settled in our capital, though he left politics to teach dueling. Led by careful, level-headed Dugoth, the Tiger Lord's tribe reunited and started to lick the wounds left by the erratic Armagh. Little by little, they once again became one of the strongest mercenary armies in the region. Dugoth always assured our king of his friendship, but the king always stayed on his toes, understanding that anything could happen when that old fox is around. Pitax almost returned to its former state, a joyful city filled with beers of dubious quality and deals of questionable legality. The old trade houses lost the crown, but they retrieved the property Iravetti had taken from them. Soon, Pitax became almost like a second capital in the kingdom, a thriving city through which rivers of money from across the region ran. Unfortunately, we get much less of this money than we would like. Governor Liachenza turned out to be helpless against widespread embezzlement.
Oh well.
Amid chaos and fighting, Headmistress Gitaren managed to preserve the Academy of the Arts, though not its reputation. Only sycophants willing to dash off odes to the highest bidder, primarily our king, stayed to work and study under her tutelage. One could say the Academy still flourishes, though in the same way a pond covered with duckweed turns green on a sleepy summer day, slowly becoming a swamp. No one dreams of studying at the Academy anymore, but for those more concerned with reality than dreams, it will always have a comfortable room. The dangerous man-eating trolls disappeared entirely from the forests and swamps of the Stolen Lands. Kobolds, though, being sneaky and clever, are still sometimes met by travelers and hunters who wander off the beaten track. Some even say the short reptiles still praise the great King Tartuk, but no one knows for certain. As soon as anyone approaches the kobolds, they forget their military honor and turn tail. After enduring so many storms and troubles, Varnhold eventually turned into a real city. Daring settlers decided to conquer the vast, wild expanses of Dunsword, and despite all odds, they succeeded. The modest colony that almost vanished at the hands of an ancient lich turned everything around to become a thriving city with lively river trading. Agay, the Spriggan leader, learned a valuable lesson after surviving his meeting with the king and even regaining his tribe's home. Don't try to occupy seemingly empty settlements anymore. Instead, the Spriggans settled across Dunsword's wild borderlands and proclaimed it as their domain. Keeping the peace in a situation like that seems like the stuff of dreams, as evidenced by the occasional lost patrols and stolen cattle.
It'll happen.
Peace reigns in the caves beneath the old sycamore. The kobolds and mites continue to explore the depths and learn simple crafts from each other. Rumor has it, the first Might Kobold wedding even happened not long ago. That said, settlers still aren't rushing to build new homes in the area. Some kind souls even put up warning signs along the roads. Beware, traveler. Steer clear of the old sycamore. Another inscription soon appeared over the sign, though. No keep going treasure ahead, honest. Oleg's trading post continues to thrive, attracting even more travelers. Much to its owner's displeasure, a small town is springing up around it. Despite Oleg's grumbling, he and his wife are well regarded by everyone, and Svetlana was even elected town chief. Making sure her sister was safe, the former bandit Kressel traveled south. Her trail went cold somewhere in Absalom's docks. They say she changed her name again and now serves on a trade ship, hiding from old acquaintances. Jod remained loyal to the king to the end of his days, healing the sick and generously sharing his austere wisdom with anyone who wished to hear it, and some who didn't. Having fulfilled his duty to the ruler, Erastel's priest peacefully departed this world, surrounded by friends and disciples. Tisana, Lamashtu's priestess, didn't remain in the king's service for long. One night, she just disappeared from the castle and set off for the kingdom's borders, preaching to anyone who would listen and granting the needy the blessing of the Mother of Monsters.
Blessings to you, priestess.
Having participated in Lamashtu's ritual, Olika gave birth to a strong and healthy baby. Sadly, the child grew into an unruly and violent adolescent. Having maimed a peer at just 10 years of age, the boy escaped to the Gnarl Marches, fleeing the rage of a mob that tore his mother to pieces instead. No one knows what happened to the lad, but legends of Lamashtu's child, who sometimes kills lost travelers and sometimes leads them to safety, are passed on by word of mouth throughout the area. Breinhardt became a loyal ally and trade partner of the kingdom, and Darvin himself had been seen as a frequent guest in the capital. The elegant monarch of the neighboring kingdom has broken many hearts at court. After his visits, many young guards and servants have been seen staring through windows, sighing wistfully about something. The lizard folk of the Longtail tribe returned to live on the shores of Candlemere, but they couldn't return to their ancient way of life. Living alongside people, the lizard folk adopted their behaviors, habits, and even religion. More and more of the Longtail tribe pray not to the spirits of their ancestors, but to Erastil or Gorum. They even began to forget their original language. I hope someone writes down their songs and legends before they all sink into oblivion. The Sweet Teeth departed on a journey, hoping to see as many wonders as possible of this world and others. They keep sending us news from every corner of the map. Their bright painted wagon, drawn by a bull mastodon, crisscrosses Galarian, somehow appearing in the center of one incredible story after another. Evindra was glad to see the Lantern King's plans turn to dust. She spent some time helping restore the kingdom after the calamity, then returned home to the First World. They say the rebellious spirit of her cousin Nyrissa awoke within her as well. Evindra is said to recount our story to the Fey, encouraging them to question the power and might of the eldest. After the victory, the storyteller abandoned his affairs and began spending a lot of time alone in contemplation. He eventually bid farewell to the king and left his lands. But I suspect the inhabitants of Galarian haven't heard the last of this mysterious traveler, for his own story is hardly finished. We never saw Amiri again. Perhaps she got lost somewhere in the First World.
Poor Miri.
Or maybe she found some other way back. Who knows? I doubt that stubborn barbarian would just vanish without a trace. As for the Six Bears, they returned to the mountains, out to the farthest, wildest backwoods they could find, and lived there ruled by their primal laws. Valerie stayed to serve the king, and to this day she continues to be a muse to many people. Not just bards and admirers, but to warriors as well. Honest and resilient, Valerie is not just famous for her feats in battle, but also for her patience and kindness, which she says the king helped her discover within herself. Harren became famous, respected by dwarves throughout our kingdom as well as our neighbors, even as far as the Five Kings Mountains. He's often been asked to help out or teach others, and he's never denied anyone, despite his grumbling. Some people even listen to his preaching. Lucky for us, there's a lot less howling about the end of the world now, and more wise words of moderation and humility. Not all of his disciples turned to Grotus, but everyone took away something useful from his teachings.
Good.
Octavia didn't stay still for very long. Soon, she and Reg went to Numeria and started a huge slave rebellion there. They didn't manage to destroy the Technic League, but to this day, slaves speak their names with admiration, and slavers with terror. Over the course of their journey, the two grew as close as ever, leaving their quarrels and resentments behind. After returning from Numeria, Octavia settled in her mother's house and became the king's advisor and loyal companion. Rigangar left for Numeria with Octavia to start a slave rebellion. Over the journey, he really matured and learned to understand others, as well as how to control
Miracles
his
do
anger.
happen.
After he returned, he took a position in the king's court. Being both formidable and charming, he inspired fear in the hearts of some and lust in others. There are even some rumors that he almost talked Octavia into marrying him, and possibly even continuing the Della Fiorni line. Once the war was over, Tristan kept his promise to Sarenrae. In the middle of celebrating the king's victory, the priest suddenly disappeared in a flash of light, vanishing forever. I hope Sarenrae didn't take the Movonic Deva's memory, so her servant might still remember us and the stolen lands. Or if she did, I hope he was at least able to forget everything about the lands in which he endured so much suffering.
Blessings to you.
Ekin spent a few years in the Stolen Lands, and in that time won glory as the most rugged monster hunter in all the River Kingdoms. The ranger exterminated even the most harmless of the monsters around the capital, then moved on to other lands and new victories. They say the ruthless avenger and slayer of wild monsters made it as far as Katapesh. That's where his trail went cold. I'm afraid Ekin may have become the prey of one of his targets.
Doubtful, but if so, he died doing what he loved.
Jubilost returned to the life of a traveling explorer, frequently visiting his favorite kingdom. He said so himself. His famous work studying the First World all opened with a dedication to his longtime companion, the king. Another name was also mentioned, 2Z, my guide and inspiration. Admirers would ask Jubilost many times about this mystery lady, but he would only chuckle, hitch his knapsack on his shoulder, and return to storm the vast expanses of the First World once again. As for Knock Knock, apologies, I mean Hero Knock Knock, he continued his questionably heroic efforts in the Stolen Lands. Despite whatever mess he fell into, no matter the danger he leapt into, he always seemed to scrape through just a little better off than before. Like true heroes, he simply never gave up, struggling on and meeting the challenge of each new day with a spirit that no mishap or misfortune could ever quell.
That's a knock-knock.
The slightly inaccurate statue of him and the king still stands in the square to this day. The two figures side by side. I've always felt that, while the heights may be a bit off, let's say, it accurately reflects the size and spirit of the goblin hero who'd been nurtured by the teachings of his king.
Artistic representation.
Kalika did not remain in our lands for long. She never lost hope of discovering some news of her sister's fate, and the sorrow in her heart drove her to restless journey. One day, she left without saying goodbye. No one knows where, taking only the simple things she fled with from Kadira. Many years after, we received news of the sister's fate. As it turned out, Canera was killed by the Forefather, and her soul, after enduring terrible suffering, was used to create a new she-devil. Somewhere on the roads of Golarion, this terrifying creature crossed paths with Kalika, but no one knows how this meeting ended.
Adopted mother and child? Maybe they'll get on better than sisters.
Despite all the woes that befell the country, our king remains a strong leader. Many noble houses from neighboring lands wouldn't hesitate to be related to him, and they regularly send a variety of marriage proposals. As for myself, the author of this book, Lindsay, who never chose a pretty nickname, I'm still here, inside my creation within the Capitol Library. I live just like I always dreamed, surrounded by people and books, and not a day goes by without someone turning my pages. My story inspired many others to take up the quill. My readers have written many fierce books, articles, and pamphlets, flinging truth in the faces of tyrants. What more could I dream of? I hope, oh honored reader, that this story offered you some daring ideas, or at least some entertainment. In any case, it's time to set the final period.
And there we have the end. And I, King Yorkula Fey, pleased to see those around me flourish, sad for those we lost. Never found true happiness, because the dreams of Nerissa were never enough to replace the dream of being with Nerissa. The king, I may have been good. Seeker of love, I would be forever alone. To all of you, I apologize for going story mode for the end. Honestly, I was burned out and needed to replace this on channel. I loved the game. It went on too long at the end for me. I would have to say, I would guesstimate that although I could have finished on core or daring, whatever it is, it would have taken me another 10 to 20 hours. I didn't have that in me, and I needed to replace it on channel. So, fare thee well, and Sir Yorkie will be back tomorrow with the start of Wrath of the Righteous.